All right, let's dive in. Today, we're not just talking about some new tech trend. Nope. We are building your personal playbook for what is, seriously, the biggest professional shift of our lifetime. Ready? Let's go. Okay, just take a second and let that sink in. This isn't some line from a sci-fi movie, right? This is Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, saying this at Davos. It perfectly captures the new reality we're all living in. The world of work, it's already becoming this hybrid, this team-up of humans and AI.
So, think of this as our AI wake-up call. Because this isn't just another software update we can ignore. No way. It's a fundamental paradigm shift.
You know, when you think about past revolutions, the steam engine, electricity, those took decades to really reshape society. This is totally different. The AI revolution is happening at a blistering pace. I mean, we're talking about adoption cycles that used to take generations, now being compressed into months. The skills that get you hired today could literally be obsolete by your next performance review. The speed is just unprecedented.
And the scale? Oh, the scale is just staggering. Get this number, $4.4 trillion. That's what McKinsey thinks the potential annual productivity gain from generative AI could be. And look, this isn't about saving a few minutes on emails. This is about completely redesigning the engine of the global economy. But here's the key. That value only gets unlocked when people, you and me, actually shift how we work.
And check this out. The World Economic Forum is projecting a massive shift by 2030. So yeah, AI might displace around 92 million jobs. That sounds scary, but it's also expected to create 170 million new ones. That's a huge net gain. But, and this is a big but, it comes with a catch. This future only works for the people who are ready and willing to pivot.
Okay, so this brings us to a really critical choice, one we all have to make. It is so tempting to just tune out all the noise, right? To just hope this is all hype and it'll blow over. But I'm telling you, in this revolution, hiding is not a strategy. It just won't work.
We're calling this the ostrich effect, burying your head in the sand. And let's just be blunt here. It is the absolute fastest way to get left behind. Because while you're waiting for the dust to settle, the standards are shifting, the tools are being integrated, and new ways of working are becoming the norm all around you. Doing nothing? That's an active choice. And believe me, it's a costly one.
It's like negative compounding interest. The longer you delay, the higher the costs. While you're on the sidelines, your skills are literally decaying in value while everyone else is advancing. The best projects, the leadership roles, they're all going to the people who are willing to experiment now. And trust me, the stress of scrambling to play catch-up later, it's going to be way, way worse than the slight discomfort of adapting today.
Okay, so we've covered the why. You get it. You need to act. So now let's talk about the what. What is actually changing in your day-to-day? Because the new rules of work, well, they're being written right now, as we speak.
Think of it like this. At every one of these pivot moments, there are two paths you can take. When AI becomes the new standard, and it will, the early mover, the person who leans in, gets to help design the new workflow. The person who delays, well, you're just left playing catch-up, trying to learn the standards someone else set. It's really the difference between shaping your own future or having it dictated to you.
Let's make this super concrete. Take marketing and communications. Right now, AI is already spitting out first drafts of copy, social media posts, even market research summaries. So the human role? It's pivoting. It's moving away from just cranking out the content and moving towards much higher value stuff, shaping the actual story, defining the brand strategy, and applying that critical human judgment to whatever the AI produces.
And we're seeing the exact same shift in the legal world. AI can now do a first-pass review of a contract, flagging routine risks in seconds, work that used to take hours. This is huge, because it frees up legal pros to focus on what really matters, the complex negotiations, understanding the subtle nuances of the law, and providing that crucial ethical oversight on how these incredibly powerful systems are being used.
Or how about customer support? AI agents are more and more handling the front line, answering the common questions, solving simple problems. And what that does is it actually elevates the human role. Your value isn't answering the same FAQ for the 100th time. It's providing genuine empathy and real, sophisticated problem solving for those really complex, sensitive customer issues that a bot could never handle.
Okay, so that's the landscape. I know it's a lot to take in. It can feel overwhelming, but here's the good news. There is a clear path forward. This isn't about trying to boil the ocean. It's about taking smart, deliberate steps. So let's walk through your 90-day action plan right now.
We're going to break this down into 4 simple phases, okay? First, in weeks 1 and 2, just find one small, annoying, recurring task and automate it. Get a quick, visible win. Then, in the next few weeks, take that time you saved and reinvest it into higher value work. After that, you start building your moat, doubling down on those unique human skills. And finally, you scale your impact by mentoring and teaching others what you've learned. See? Totally doable.
And as you're going through that 90-day plan, this is the capability stack you're building for yourself. And it's really important to see that it's not just about technical skills. It's a balanced portfolio. You need some technical fluency to actually use the tools, you need that human differentiation to stand out, you need strategic thinking to see the big picture, and you absolutely need governance literacy to make sure you're acting responsibly.
So, with all this incredible technological change swirling around us, what is our most durable, our most valuable asset? What's the one thing that can't be automated? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. It's our humanity.
These are your irreplaceable skills, things that AI, no matter how advanced, just can't replicate. We're talking about your judgment and your ethical compass, your creativity, your ability to tell a compelling story, your empathy to truly understand what a client or a colleague needs, and your strategic mind to interpret what the data is really telling you and make wise decisions. This is the new premium in the workforce.
So what this all means is we have to reframe the entire challenge. This is not a race against the machines. It's not you versus the AI. It's about learning how to partner with the machines. The whole goal here is to offload the boring, repetitive work to AI so that we can double down on the uniquely human work, the stuff that creates real meaning and real value.
Look, the future of work is literally being designed right now, in real time. And the people who are choosing to lean in and engage are the ones designing the standards, the roles, and the expectations for the next decade. So the question for you isn't if your job will change, it's how you're going to be a part of that change. So I'll leave you with this. What's going to be your first move?